Hi, it's Rob from the Bush and Boltgun. Today I'm going to be doing a video on how to paint an Imperial Fists Chapter Badge. If you'd like to support us, our Coffee and Patreon pages are linked below. Now on to the video. So the first colour that we're using is Vallejo White. You can see on his shoulder pad there I've added a little circle in pencil, which is roughly the circular shape that I'm going for. Now ideally I would have done it slightly bigger, because a little bit later on when I come to paint some of the parts of it, it's slightly too small, so you want to make sure you have a decent size circle on there. But if you do paint it a little bit too small, then I will be showing you a little bit later on how to widen it once you put that fist on there. So next up we're going to use some Vallejo Black. We're going to start off by doing the base of the fist, so you have that kind of flat top to it. You also have a vertical point about halfway along the flat top. You've got a diagonal going out each side from the flat top, and those two diagonals join onto the bottom. So see what I mean here? You've got that vertical and the flat line. You've got diagonal going to the top and a diagonal going up to the other line that joins it to the top too. Now when you are doing this, you will find that sometimes when you paint them on, you'll get the lines a little bit too vertical, a bit too much of an angle, slightly long or slightly too short. It doesn't matter too much as long as you get the basic shape on there. This video is kind of showing you how, once you're painting it, you will be tweaking that to get the shape right, to get the distinction between the fingers and the thumb, and to get the whole thing looking as good as you can on the shoulder pad. So once you've done this, you're drawing the thumb on, which has got a slight angle going out, a slight angle going in, and then a kind of diagonal down right part for where the thumb actually goes in. It's then got the wider part of the thumb. You also have the part of the fist for the rest of the hand. As you can see, it's sticking out a little bit too much there. Then you have the four fingers going across the top. So this is us getting the rough shape of the whole hand and working out how we want it. Join those two fingers together because we can split that with a little white line. So we're doing a block for where those fingers are. Then we can come back with a little bit of Vallejo White in a moment, just to sort that out. So if you paint the fingers all as one block and get the rounded parts of the fingers done, and when we come back with the white now, we'll be able to go through them and just draw a really fine line going down between it. So now we're doing a little line between the top of the hand and the kind of bit that's on the wrist. It's slightly too wide. We can touch that up by adding a little bit of black, but now we're going to start shaping the hand as well, just to try and get it into the right shape. As always with these videos, it's a process of slowly trimming away at the white areas and the black areas. The video cut out and then I missed part of that, but we're just basically painting on the verticals here. So you can see those fingers don't quite look even. The little line from the thumb has gone too. So what we're going to do now is, as I'm working on this, I have the picture for the Imperial Fists Chapter Badge on screen, and I slowly start working out where it's looking wrong and tweaking it and changing it, and it'll just be a process of using the white and the black just to constantly tweak that little chapter badge and get the little things right. I think it was the Crimson Fist Chapter Badge one, which I'll link up. It's a very, very similar chapter badge, but for some reason I found it a lot easier to paint. I'm not too sure why. Not been 100% the past few weeks, so maybe something to do with that, but the Crimson Fists one, which I'll link up, is a very similar way, but there's less chopping and changing on it than there is on this one. You may have found the intro and the outro a little bit noisy on this and the Imperial Fist one. It's because it's super hot where I paint at the moment. So I've had the fan on in the background and I completely failed to turn it off before recording the audio. So note to self, I will remember to do that for the future ones, but for the time being there's a little bit of background noise on the intro and the outro. Now using a little bit of black and we're shaping those fingers once again. You've realised that the circle is slightly too small around that fist, so I'm just using a little bit of white to spread that out. I'm hoping you realise from this video that it's freehand isn't just a straight off paint it on. There's lots of to-ing and fro-ing and back and forth with the colours and getting them into the right places and trying to shape them a little bit better here and there. So if you are freehanding stuff and you make a mistake on it, don't worry about that, just take the time to correct it or get the rough shape down and then tweak it. So now I'm pretty happy with how that's looking. So this part is just going to be me getting the circle around the outside and maybe doing the odd little tweak to the fist and the area outside the circle so that it looks as smooth as possible. You can see me rotating it here so that I can get, so I'm painting the bottom left corner of the circle each time. I just find it easier to do that part. Get yourself in a comfy spot, don't try and do it all in one go, just try and trim it and tweak it as you go. So this is different between the white and the black here. You can see when I'm tweaking the fist. And by looking at it and painting around it, you'll start noticing little bits that are out of place or slightly wonky. So you can just tweak that and get that looking how you want. Like so. So with a minor little bit of tweaking to the outside of the circle, that's how it ended up. Happy with how it turned out. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future content. Also, think about subscribing to some of our other social media, linked below. Thanks very much. If you like the channel and you enjoy the content and you'd like to support us, our Ko-fi and Patreon pages are linked below. Thanks very much.